Hey everyone, this is my next movie review in honor of course, Halloween. And the reason I chose the music in the background, this is Halloween theme from Kingdom Hearts 2. So that way I shouldn't have to worry as much about copyright stuff as used in the original version, of course. With that said, this is Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, even though technically Tim Burton did not direct, he produced, and he technically also wrote the story as well. So with that said, this is a superb film. Film is really short. It's only like 70 minutes. It's easily one of the shorts. In my opinion, it's probably easily top 3 best stop motion films of all time. I would put it in like what I call the trinity of stop motion films. Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, Kubo and the Two Strings, and the other one, I lean more towards The Corpse Bride, though I gotta admit, I do have a soft spot for Coraline as well. So with that said, Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas takes place in, of course, Halloween Town, where they only celebrate Halloween. And we have, of course, our main character, Jack Skellington, of course, which is the Pumpkin King. And, of course, his little ghost dog as well. And, of course, main female heroine, I guess you could say, of the movie, Sally. Though, for a long time, pretty much, Jack never even pays attention to Sally. Also, she likes to drug her creator, mad scientist dad, I guess you could say. She constantly likes to slip deadly nightshade into his soup. Yeah, interesting. Alrighty then. But yeah, of course, she has a big crush on Jack Skellington, obviously. He feels bored and is tired of doing the same old thing. I will say quickly, one thing I got a kick out of course, with this movie, it goes over most people's heads, is the mayor when his face turns. And I think that's kind of to pull a joke towards politicians being two-faced politicians. So I kind of got a kick out of that. That may be something that's flown over a lot of people's heads over the years. But personally, I think that's a really clever, just little thing in the film, along with some other clever head nod things that obviously Tim Burton influenced. Of course, the director, like these two teamed up on this, and of course also worked together on other great films like James and the Giant Peach. Now, with Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, the music is easily the most memorable thing in the film, though I will always remember, of course, the main bad guy, Oogie Boogie. And of course, we can't forget Lock, Stock, and Barrel. Of course, his henchman in a weird, able to walk around bathtub. Okay. Of course, Jack ends up finding in a forest doors to other holidays that they never even bothered exploring in a film or even in Kingdom Hearts, which is an unfortunate thing. It'd been interesting to see other holiday towns, but Jack ends up in, of course, Christmas Town, and of course, ends up singing easily probably the second best well-known song other than This Is Halloween. Of course, that being What's This? Fun fact, the actual guy who did the singing voice and everything for Jack Skellington, the one who did the singing and everything for the character, fun fact, Danny Elfman, which of course wrote the entire soundtrack for the movie. No surprise, given Elfman's done like 90% of all Tim Burton movie soundtracks, which is why I love the soundtracks of Tim Burton movies, though, as I said, this was not directed by Tim Burton. But that's it. Still, you can tell Tim Burton's hands are on everything, but he did write the story, to be fair, and was producer, so no surprise. The Danny Elfman score is superb. Danny Elfman's singing voice is really great with Jack Skellington. I think the voice goes perfectly with the character. I love the design of Jack Skellington as well as other characters. I think definitely Oogie Boogie is one of the most interesting Disney villains ever. Also, it's interesting how he has sort of like a southern accent. It's just weird, and he's made up of basically a sack of bugs. It's kind of weird. Oogie Boogie is very unique to other Disney villains, but still really get a kick out of him. He's a pretty funny bad guy, but What's This song is definitely great. Also, him exploring, getting to see everything in Christmas Town, and of course, then at the end, you see Santa Claus obviously getting ready to come out, and of course, he ends up obsessed and trying to turn everything into Christmas, though he doesn't really get or understand the spirit of Christmas, obviously. But he introduces the thoughts and ideas to Town Hall in the song Town Hall meeting, which is, I think, one of the most underrated songs on the movie, in my personal opinion. I really like Town Hall meeting song and the moments in it. Also, it's funny to see trying to do like a Halloween version of Christmas is really funny. Of course, Lock, Stock, and Barrel end up going kidnapping Santa, but Jack makes it clear he doesn't want them to tell Oogie Boogie about anything. Of course, they do, obviously. But they end up taking Santa to Oogie Boogie as a prisoner so he can torture him with his weird obsession over gambling and stuff for some reason. Oogie Boogie has an obsession over dice and hates it when he gets rolled snake eyes and stuff. It's just interesting quirks to add to the character. So I give him points. Of course, later on, Jack tries to drop off presents, everything, the twisted version of presents, to kids, like leaves one kid a shrunken head, one ends up a weird snake creature eating the Christmas tree while a little girl is screaming. It's like really funny. And then they end up trying to shoot the sleigh with like skeleton reindeer and everything. It's like just really funny, honestly, overall. But as a whole, if I gave a score, my rating score, I give Nightmare Before Christmas an A. I mean, it's a solid, well executed film. I don't give it an A plus, but I give it an even A. I mean, in my old scale system, Nightmare Before Christmas would probably get a 9.5 out of 10. There's maybe one or two things I have issues with, but overall, it's a solid executed film. It's easily one of my favorite movies of all time, influenced and done by Tim Burton, my number 2 favorite director of all time. So maybe I am a little biased on my review of this film, given how much I love Tim Burton. But yeah, it's amazing the cult following over the years this movie has gotten. Because I remember when it came out in theaters as a kid, this film did just barely broke even, did okay at the box office, but over the years it's gained just such a huge cult following, it's insane. I mean, it now has musicals and stuff on Broadway. It's fascinating to me. And of course became pretty important to Kingdom Hearts as well, obviously. But with that said, this is my review for Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. And I'll see you next time. Same YouTube time, same YouTube show. And as always, of course right now, Happy Halloween.